News Now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Now at 6, we continue to follow breaking news out of New Britain this morning. Fox 61's Glenn Kiddo will have more details into a police investigation that's involving some roadblocks that's coming up in just a few minutes from now.
And we're also following breaking news in New London. That's where a home was destroyed in an overnight fire. We're going to have the new information we're learning from the fire department coming up for you.
And firefighters in Hartford are putting out a fire this morning on Capon Street. We are live at that scene. This one happened at a vacant building. No one was hurt. The call came in at around 4:30 this morning.
So a lot of breaking news and other stories. We're following all of that for us. And we're glad you're checking in with us this morning here on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Bjorlo. Great to have you here. Hope you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli is joining us now with a closer look at what you can expect as you head out the door this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Sunshine back into the forecast. We had a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage yesterday afternoon. Temperatures struggled. They were in the 70s. Excuse me. But the sun returns today. Looking at our current satellite and radar picture, it is mostly quiet. We do have some areas of fog this morning down to about a mile in parts of Hartford, as well as down to about a quarter mile in Danbury. It's not a widespread issue this morning. Some areas of Hartford, though, looking nice and clear at 51 degrees, and the wind is calm this morning. 47 now in Torrington, out the door in New Milford. It's 51. We're at 51 in Windsor Locks. The upper 40s in Willimantic. Putnam at 50 degrees. Good morning to you. So we have some areas of fog this morning moving forward for the bus stop. Then for the ride home, temperatures will be in the middle to upper 70s. It is going to be an overall comfortable start to our day and end to it, too. Town by town, around 75 degrees in Milford, 78 in Southington today, 79 in Hartford. Plan for recess to be outside and for outdoor activities to be a go. 75 degrees in Montville, 78 in Norwich. If you have any practices after school today, those should be just fine. Moving forward for tomorrow, temperatures back up to the 70s again. It's another nice one with mostly sunny skies and low humidity. We'll talk about any rain chances on the way for the next 7 days or so coming up in just a bit. As we check with the roads this morning here at 6:02, we are largely quiet across the state. We do have some areas of road work, though, to get to this morning. So we will take a look over on Southington. A live look outside there, or rather just to the eastbound side out by 32 and 33. That there is some road work that is blocking the left lane. Hartford to Waterbury is around 29 minutes. Waterbury to Hartford also 29. A live look outside over in Hartford this morning showing you that as you're heading into downtown, it looks okay. Erica.
Rachel, thanks. All right, back to the news desk at 6:02. We're following more breaking news. This one coming in Hartford. That fire, it started early this morning on Capon Street. We have a live look here. You can still see some smoke coming from the back. It's rising from the back. Now, we just spoke with the fire chief a few minutes ago. He said the fire started in a vacant building. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The cause is still under investigation, but as you can see, there's some smoke rising in that area, and firefighters are still on the scene. We saw a couple fire trucks out in front as well.
It's so jarring to see if you're waking up and if you live in the area. So now you know no one was hurt, at least it was a vacant building. We're following another house fire, this one in New London, where a fire destroyed a home on Vauxhall Street.
And Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is there. She's standing by the scene with some new information from the fire chief. Priscilla.
Good morning. Yes, well, we did speak with the New London Fire Chief, Vernon Scow, who did confirm that at this time there are no injuries or anyone missing. It is still a very active scene, and he did say that they are still investigating inside and they are just trying to find out more about this fire. But at this time, like I said, there are no injuries or anyone missing. Now, when the fire crews arrived, he said that it was a very involved fire, and it was even starting to reach a little bit of the neighbor's house. I'm going to take a step to the side here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The left side of the house seems to be where more of the damage was, and that's why it was reaching the left side of the neighbor's house here. And he did say that when EMS was leaving another scene, they smelled smoke. They were scouting around the area, and they ended up coming upon the fire. And take a look at what he had to say about their fast response.
Credit goes to the first arriving members. It really goes to the ambulance crew that was astute enough to follow up on the smoke in the area. They saw the smoke, they reacted, they canvassed the area, and because of their reaction, we were able to save the houses next door.
Now here's a little bit more on the scene here. What we're seeing, it is still a very active scene and they are still investigating inside. You can kind of see, I mean, it looks to be very totaled on the inside. Everything looks pretty burnt up, and the top of the house is also seems to be like it used to be a white home. Now most of it seems to be just charred completely on the outside, and even a little bit of the inside. What looks like used to be a window there. The fire chief also said that the firefighters have to be very careful because it is just very, very destroyed here. But we are going to be covering this throughout the entire morning and be bringing you all of the updates as soon as we get them. So far, as I mentioned, no injuries. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning. Live in New London, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
All right, we're getting back to the breaking news. This one coming out of New Britain. Police have blocked off a portion of Main Street for an investigation.
Fox 61's Glenn Kittle joins us live once again from the scene. So Glenn, you were showing us investigators working the area. What else is happening now?
Yeah, good morning, Bridget, Erica. At this time, those two New Britain police cars are still blocking off that portion of Main Street from Beaver to North Street. Just about a half an hour ago, we showed you the scenes as investigators were taking pictures of the scene, and we're going to show you those videos right now. You can see them taking pictures of the black Honda Accord. That's the center of this investigation that's happening right now in that blocked off portion of Main Street. The glass on the driver's side is completely busted out. There's also some significant damage to that driver's side with some dents. And then if there's a closer look at the windshield in that video, you can see just completely cracked and a lot of glass really just everywhere on the ground there as the investigation ticks on into the mid-morning hours. Now, we have reached out to the New Britain Police Department for an update on any information. We have not heard any updates in the information. They told us a couple of hours ago that they are waiting for their bosses to come in to release any more information. So we're still waiting on that, and we'll bring you the latest updates as we learn more here from New Britain. Live in New Britain, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, definitely take a different route if you head that way in the morning. In other news this morning, there have been 5 homicides in less than a month in New Haven. The latest one happening in the middle of the afternoon yesterday near Chapel and Ellsworth, right in front of a corner store.
Now, the shootings are now happening so frequent that people say they don't feel safe talking about them on camera. Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot has more on this shooting and how neighbors in New Haven are feeling.
We spoke with people who live in the area that did not want to go on camera. They say this is a shooting they will never forget because it happened on Labor Day. They also say it's scary that it happened over here because a lot of kids in the neighborhood go to the corner store behind me. Monday's shooting marks 5 homicides within 2 weeks in New Haven. The 31-year-old died at the hospital. New Haven Police Chief Carl Jacobson says the victim lived in the area. Neighbors say this shooting is triggering since it happened so close.
Officers responded to a 911 call of shots fired in this area over here in front of the stores. They arrived and found a victim who had been struck twice.
It's a little scary, definitely scary, because I have children, teenagers that go to that store. And it's kind of real close to home.
They need to, crack down a little bit harder because people do want to be safe out here, in these streets, in your home, just walking in general.
Mayor Justin Elliker says the recent homicides are not related. Neighbors say if these shootings continue to happen, they're considering moving out of the city altogether. In New Haven, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Stratford police say a man was shot Saturday night and that he is not cooperating with their investigation. Officials tell us a 30-year-old man was shot in the leg on Garibaldi Avenue around 9:15. Officers found him walking on Honey Spot Road and took him to the hospital. He is expected to recover, but investigators say he's not talking with them. Police arrested multiple suspects who were near that scene. So far, they have not found any firearms.
Firefighters battled a fire inside of a kitchen in Norwich last night. Crews responded to a home on Merchants Avenue in the Townsville neighborhood just before 6 p.m. last night. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Crews were able to get the fire on the 3rd floor under control in less than an hour. Firefighters say they do not know how the fire started.
Happening today, early voting begins for primaries in several towns and cities across Connecticut. Early voting runs through today through the 7th of September. The primaries are on Tuesday, September 9th. Times will vary each day. For today, polls open at 8 a.m. and they run until 8 p.m. Remember, the early voting window and location may be different than your actual election day polling place, so be sure to check with your city or your town before heading out the door. There are several key races locally, which include a Democratic Town Council primary in Bloomfield, a Democratic primary for First Selectman in Chester, a 6-candidate Democratic mayoral primary that's in Hamden, a Democratic mayoral primary in Norwalk, and a Republican primary for First Selectman in Oxford. Voters will also decide candidates for town councils, boards, and other local offices. Not every town will have a primary, so double check your town's website or the Secretary of the State's office to see if your town has one. And 6:10 is your time. New this morning, nobody won last night's Powerball jackpot, so it now rises to $1.3 billion.
The next drawing is tomorrow night, Wednesday. If you bought a ticket, don't throw it away just yet. Check your numbers. According to the state lottery website, there was a ticket that won $150,000 and two that won $50,000. Check out the numbers here. They are 8, 23, 25, 40, 53, and the Powerball was 5.